Okay, Mr. Amadei, the court is going to find that you're indigent. And based on that finding of indigency, the court costs and community service, the court costs and fine is going to be converted to community service pursuant to Article 42.15 Texas Code of Criminal Procedure. And the fine and court cost is converted to $108 of community service. And the probation fee of $60 each month will be reduced to the statutory minimum of $25 each month. Now, Mr. Amadei, the state is also offering that you perform 80 hours of community service. That's just the regular community service, not the community service that's being converted from the fine and court costs. That's going to be added, so it'll be a total, once they added 188 hours of community service. Okay. Now, you'll also be required to install an interlock device on any vehicle that you own or operate. You have to attend and complete a DWI education class. You'll be required to have a drug and alcohol assessment. You will also be required to adhere to the other standard terms and conditions of this probation. And this probation will run concurrent with cause number M331515. Now, Mr. Amadei, yes, do you understand the state's offer? Yes. The state's offer and the court's findings are fair and just? Yes, sir. And do you accept it? Yes, sir. Okay, Mr. Amadei, I'll follow the plea bargaining agreement that you made with the findings of the court. Let's see, the indigent. Okay, now, Mr. Amadei, we will move to your next case. Your next case is cause number M331515. And in this case, Mr. Amadei, okay, I also have before me a document that was filed by the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office that's titled Information. And in this information, Mr. Amadei, it alleges that you, Kedrick Bernard Amadei, on or about November 28 of 2021, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, operating a motor vehicle in a public place, that you committed the Class A misdemeanor offense of driving while intoxicated with an alcohol concentration level of 0.15 or more. And Mr. Amadei, do you understand what you have been charged with? Yes, sir. And to this charge, Mr. Amadei, how do you plead guilty? Not guilty, no contest. No contest. Now, you pleaded no contest freely and voluntarily? Yes, sir. And are you pleading no contest because you do not wish to fight or contest the charges? Yes, sir. Now, Mr. Amadei, I also have before me a document. Where's the second? Oh, okay, here it is. Mr. Amadei, I also have before me a document that is titled Misdemeanor Plea. I'm not sure you're gonna have to scratch out the same one. The second one. Mm-hmm. And in this document, Mr. Amadei, Mr. Amadei, do you recognize this document? Yes, sir. On page 2 of this same document, there are a set of initials, KA, that are on the line next to the box that's checked, NOLA contingent. Did you place your initials on this document? Yes, sir. On page 3 of this same document, there's a signature above the line that is titled Defendant. Is this your signature? Yes, sir. And on the next document that's titled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Right of Appeal, do you recognize this document? Yes, sir. And is this your signature on this document? Yes, sir. At the top of this document, there's one box that's checked. The box that's checked states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that statement? Yes, sir. Next document is titled Discovery Certification. Do you recognize this document? Yes, sir. And is this your signature on the line that's titled Defendant? Yes, sir. Now, Mr. Amadei, before you sign and initial these documents, did your attorney, Mr. Adams, go over these documents with you?
Yes, sir.
And did you read and understand everything in these documents?
Yes, sir.
And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, sir.
And state, I have before me states exhibits 1 and 2. State, would you like to offer states exhibits 1 and 2?
Yes, sir.
Any objections, Mr. Adams? States exhibits 1 and 2. Okay, no objections. States exhibits 1 and 2 are admitted. And Mr. Adams, you've advised the council, Mr. Amadei, in this case, is there any evidence that he's currently mentally incompetent?
No.
And Mr. Amadei, your attorney, Mr. Adams, has advised you, were you satisfied with the services in this case?
Yes, sir.
Has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Amadei, I will accept your plea of no contest. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. And I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. And state, in this case, the offer is still the same as it was.
Exactly, wrong.
Okay,
It's 90 days. Would you like me to give it to you?
yes,
90 days, probated for 1 year, Your Honor. $1,000 fine and court costs. 80 hours community-based service. Installing interlock device and all other standard terms and conditions for DWI probation that run concurrent with cause number 333-201.
333-201. Okay, now, Mr. Amadei,
Yes, sir.
state is offering that you serve 90 days in Jefferson County Jail. However, you will not be required to serve 90 days in the Jefferson County Jail because this case will be probated for a period of 1 year. You'll be on 1 year probation. During the 1 year probationary period, you'll be required to pay a fine of $1,000 plus court costs of $352. Now, the court has previously found that you're indigent. In the previous case, the court is making the same finding in this case. So finding court costs is converted to $108 of community service in this case. Now, the probation fee actually in this case, Mr. Amadei, you will not be required to pay a probation fee in this case because you're paying a probation fee in the previous case. All right.
Yes, sir.
So also, you'll be required to pay a $15 reimbursement fee, and you'll be required to pay your analysis fee of $15 each month. And I think he's already paying the DWI education and initial evaluation fee. I don't think he has to pay that twice either.
He don't pay double.
So you won't have to pay that either. Okay. Now, you'll be able to pay these fees. Is that correct, since we made the reduction?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, the other thing is you also be required to have an interlock device on any vehicle that you own and operate. You have attend DWI education, and you attend and complete the DWI education class, have a drug and alcohol assessment. This case will run concurrent with cause number M333201, and you will also be required to adhere to the other standard terms and conditions of your probation. Mr. Amadei, do you understand the state's offer
Yes, sir.
and the court's finding?
Yes, sir.
And do you think it's fair and just?
Yes, sir.
And do you accept it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Ms. Amadei, you're gonna stand on the X. Well, the court is gonna follow the plea bargain agreements that you made in these cases. You're gonna stand on the X next to your attorney, follow the directions of our clerk. Once you finish following her directions, you'll be free to go and you have a blessed day.
Thank you.
You are.
I think
Jefferson County Court at Law number 2 is back in session. Next case is cause number M324971, 974-1. The case is styled the state of Texas versus Delvin Baker. Mr. Baker is appearing via Zoom. Mr. Baker, how are you doing?
Hey, how you doing?
Okay, Mr. Baker is represented in this case by attorney Kevin Lane. Mr. Lane, how are you doing?
Fine, thank you.
And Mr. Baker case is on the court's motion to revoke probation docket. And Mr. Gary Gillum is here from the Jefferson County Probation Office. How are you doing, Mr. Gillum? And Mr. Hoffpire, Kobe Hoffpire is here with the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office. And again, Mr. Hoffpire, how are you doing?
Good, thank you.
Okay, now, Mr. Hoffpire and Mr. Gary Gillum, what is the recommendation? In this case.
Revocation, Your Honor.
Okay, and Mr. Lane?
Your Honor, Mr. Baker, I believe had some other issues that just came up in May. I don't believe that they are part of this motion to revoke probation, but these allegations can be argued by the state, and we can ask Mr. Baker's response to those.
Okay, now, but do you want to set for a hearing,
That's what we need.
contested hearing?
And we need to, the state needs, we'd like him, we'd ask the court to say he cannot come on Zoom. He needs to be here at every
Right.
other setting. And we'll have a hearing on that if we need to.
Yes, Your Honor. Do you want to read that allegation?
Oh, he doesn't
See
know?
if he'd like to take a plea.
Oh, no, but he can't do it now. He has to be in person.
Okay.
According to, what's that, 27 point, there's a article, I think it's 27 point. Give me that document that's over there. In order for it to be done, it should be sitting there. Yeah, oh, there you go. Yeah, Article 27.18. In order for him to do it, to have a plea or sentencing via video conference, obviously the form has to be signed, has to be agreed by all parties. So obviously the state is not agreeing because the state is requesting that he be here in person.
Yes, sir, I understand.
And then I don't think the case was set for a contested hearing
It needs to be.
anywhere. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna give him ample enough time for y'all to prepare and for him to be here. How soon, let's see, how much time do y'all need?
It's 30 days.
30 days? Okay.
This is also a Wednesday setting.
It's gonna be Wednesday.
Yeah, it can be a Wednesday. Yeah.
It's gonna be July 19th.
Okay, this case is gonna be reset to July 19th of 2023. I'll just say contested hearing. Or if he enters a plea where it would not be contested, the only thing we would do at that point is, I guess, punishment.
Yeah.
If it's not agreed, then what we'll probably have to do is order PSI.
Well, I don't think we need a PSI on probation revocation, Judge.
Well, see, there might be an agreement we can come to.
Okay.
regarding those new allegations and stuff.
Okay, give us what was that date? That's July 19th, 2023. Now, Mr. Baker, your case is being reset to July 19th of 2023 at 9 a.m. You need to be here in person.
Yes, sir.
Your attorney and your bondsman will be given notice of your reset. You're free to go. And you have a blessed day. Stay in contact
Yes.
with your attorney and your bondsman.
Yes, sir.
And Mr. Lane, your reset will be sent to you.
No, here it is.
You have it? All right, you're free to go. You have a blessed day.
You too.
Kevin,